Okay, so let me quickly introduce. My name is Pankaj Deshkar. I am working with one of the IT companies based out in Pune. However, as a passion, I have been doing technical analysis since 2004. Okay, learned via various media options to start with because I was, starting my career there in terms of the technicals. So obviously, I have gone through many such, technical gurus. But later on, I realized that not everything is, uh, given by the technical gurus, and something we need to really explore by our own. So slowly, I started understanding and learning on my own, and I think we are reasonably doing good. One thing I would like to tell you is, even though I am teaching the technical analysis, we are taking the courses, but my first priority is finding the right stocks at right point in time for investments. Okay. And secondly, I do option writing. I don't buy options because there are various reasons as to why I do that. And there are various benefits as to why one can think of doing option writing as against option buying. But yes, option buying is also, glamorous, and it's popular type of trading. So we'll talk about that in towards the end. But primary, I would like to focus more on the investment side. Okay. So with that, let us move ahead. So we are Harshadip Investment Solutions. Couple of us, myself and Harshada, both of us run a small unit called Harshadip Investment Solutions. The background is, when we started this, it was a COVID situation and everything was closed except the stock markets. And the objective and motive was to encourage people to learn some science which will allow them to survive in some difficult situations. So we started our journey with only 5 people. We had around 15 odd people in previous batches, but we are actually not looking at the number of people who joins us for training. The entire emphasis is given only to educate and make them empowered or make them capable so that they can take some financial decisions in difficult situations. So that's how we started our journey. Okay. So that's about our small unit. It started in 2020 October, and as on February this year, we completed our 7th batch, and now we are taking enrollments for 8th batch of basic technical analysis. Okay, so let's move on. It's not mandatory for you to join. Okay, you can go through today's sessions. If you join us, we ensure that you will get more. If you do not join, never mind. You will anyway carry some information that will be with you lifelong. Okay, so let's move on. So let us talk about the basics of candlestick. If you are already aware of this, kindly excuse me because there are people who are new to the entire field. So I will definitely need to explain some of these things to them. Okay. So the candlesticks are actually invented by Japanese rice trader Munihisa Homa. Okay. So it's a science that actually started by Japanese who are responsible for most of the technological revolutions or evolutions. So obviously it has to have some basic reason as to why it was found. Okay, we'll talk about that as we progress. So the candlestick. So why candlestick? So all known information is reflected by the price. We will learn going forward. Every candle has its own emotion, and we as an investor or trader should try to understand the emotions. Now you know that the stock markets are always driven by people's sentiment and emotions. Okay, the reason is most of the people come into the market for making overnight money. Most of the people, I'm not saying all, most of the people, because it has been defined and created as a fancy by most of the people, YouTubers, okay, who take various training, various big courses, and they have glamorized that, showing the big profit numbers, their students, how do they popularize their courses or maybe their journeys. Okay, and because of this people fall prey to those numbers, profit numbers, because they explain that today I bought some options and at the end of day I made 10 times of that option. But nobody says that what happens to the investments. Okay, so that's how I think the emotions play a larger part when people come into the market. The market has different types of investors. Okay, so let us talk about that as well. So market has intraday traders, okay, then short term traders, medium term traders, and long term traders. Intraday is something which is same day buy and sell. Then short term trader are anywhere between 1 day to 2 months, 2 to 3 months. This definition will vary based on how you look at it. Medium term trader is somewhere anything between 1 to 2 years. Okay, sometimes short term traders are called as less than 1 year as well. Okay, but that is an income tax definition, so we are not talking about that particular definition. We are talking about the real traders what we look at. Okay, and the last and important is long term traders, which is at least more than 1 year, and the time is no limit. Okay, however, when we look at this type of traders, there are two types of studies. One is a fundamental, okay, and the second one is technical. And what we are going to focus is purely technical because we don't understand fundamentals. Okay, the reason fundamental analysis may be little challenging for most of us is it is kind of a delayed information which is available in the market. Okay, unless you are in the board of directors or promoters, or you can say the main stream or main position holders within the organization. Otherwise, everybody gets a delayed information. Even an employee who is working in that organization or the company will get some information late. So we cannot really believe, or you cannot fully trust on the information which is available in the domain. However, the benefit of technical, I'm not saying that the fundamental study is wrong. There are people who are doing fundamental study for years. They are doing good. It is their science, their study. It is working well for them. However, not all understands the economics and the commerce well. So there has to be some kind of alternative study which can be used by others. So that is nothing but technicals. The benefit of technical is we get information based on the candle. Sorry, there's some problem with the pen. Candles, price action, and we call it as volume, which is very, very important. So what happens is any promoter, any significant investor, when they actually take some action on the stock, it is all reflected basis these three things. Okay. So what happens is first decision, what they take at that day, we may miss the things, but as soon as we follow the price action means how the prices move based on those candles and the volumes, we will learn and we will come to know as to something has happened in the stock. It can be negative, it can be positive. Okay, but that's how I think we can track. Except the first movement, we can get anything and everything in the candlestick chart. Okay, and that's the reason why we believe that technical analysis is a science that can be actually used by any and every type of investors. Even a fundamental analyst who has fair amount of information and knowledge may not be able to take that fast decision the way technical analysts can take. The proof of that is in our previous batches, we have had few financial domain experts who have also expressed the challenges when studying the stocks or company reports, because those reports are available only after a quarter, right? So if that is the situation, then obviously we know that if the numbers are coming after a quarter, then obviously something has already happened, right? Most of the times you must have seen that if there is a stock which was going up, okay, so let us say this is a stock which was going up, and suddenly one fine day there is a result which is declared. It was a good result. but still the stock starts falling down. Why so? Right? It should not happen, right? If the result is good, if the stock was doing good, if the result is also good, the numbers are good, it has shown good profitability, revenue has increased, then why should that stock fall? Right? So the reason is, most of the times stock market works like buy on rumor, which means the news starts building here, and at various places it goes up, right? Then profit booking takes place at various places, and towards the end, when the actual news is out, the stock starts falling down because the news has actually started building here, and those who understands little technical, they will buy at this place and sell at this place when the news is out. Okay, old fundamental analyst people used to say buy on rumor, sell on news, because that is how I think they have learned by making some of those mistakes. Some of you must have seen that when you buy, the stock falls, right? The news comes out here. Okay, you buy here because thinking that the news is positive, so I should buy in this stock, and then it starts falling down. Ideally speaking, if the news is good, if it is come on that particular day, it is positive news, then obviously the stock should go up from there, right? But it does not happen. It did not happen for some of the stocks, most of the stocks, not some of the stocks. So it's came down. Okay, the reason is, in any reason anybody can guess why it happens when you buy, the stock falls down? Anybody know? Anybody can think of it?
It's profit taking.
Profit taking.
Market has already discounted the news.
Correct. So as we say in technical language, or in any point in time, market is full of all types of people. So there will be idiots, there will be people who are smart learners, and there will be people who have most possible and most closest information or inputs within the domain, right? So as I think you said rightly, the market has tendency and capacity to discount the news at least for next 6 months on rolling basis. Market means the big players, you and I, cannot move the market at all, right? We know our capacity, that we can buy maximum 10, 20, 100. If a stock price is small, then at the most you can buy 1,000 stocks. Let us say kind of a Vodafone, Idea, likewise. You can buy, for example, BHEL, for example, SAIL. So these are some of the stocks which are small amount stocks. You can buy maximum 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, not more than that. But there are people who buy such stocks in lakhs and crores. Okay, so let us look at the market. I am going to take you onto the chart and let me show you as to how the market discounts the news flows. Okay. Okay. So let me change the theme to dark one. Okay. So let me go to the Nifty and show you what do I mean by that. Let us go to the monthly chart because we can then see the COVID situation. Okay. Can you see COVID situation very clearly here? Right? So it started somewhere in the year of, let us say, 2009, when the Nifty was around 3000. Okay. It went up, it came down, again it went up, came down, it went up, again came down. Likewise, it kept on moving ahead. So when I say it came down, all these are profit booking, or in some cases it was a crash. Okay. Now you know that in 2014 BJP government came to the power. Now it was 2014 around March when the results were out. March or May, I think. It was March only, looks like. And after that, entire market movement retraced to the same stage, same level where it was almost an year back. If everything was fine, then why would it happen? Right? Because when the market started understanding, learning about the elections, it started factoring in, discounting, or considering that the benefit what will happen to the market and various companies if Modi government comes into power. So it started building towards the mid of 2013 or September. See, the market started going here, going up from here. It went up. Okay. And 2014, I think it was May when the results were out. Okay. It went up little bit in that euphoria, and it came down, and year after that the same level where it was on the day of results. Can you see this? Is that a coincidence? No. The reason is the market factors in all the news, all the views, and what is going to happen 6 days, at least 6 days, 6 months. What is going to happen after 6 months from current date or current period? Okay. And then after an year or so, it actually started showing real movement when it moved from all the way from 7,000 to this level, 11,800. After that, it came down. And this was a time when there was a mutual fund restructuring ordered by SEBI. Okay. So this was this period. Again, a bigger profit booking, restructuring in the market cap. Okay. Various companies lost most of the fat on their prices. Then again, it went up. It again came down due to various reasons. I don't know exact sequence of what has happened here. And here comes the time when the market saw the maximum erosion of what it has gained. So it was pre-Modi era. This was the time when it actually matched where it was there. Okay, so here the elections results were uh, announced 2014 May, and after that it went up again, came down to the same level. So if you mark this level, it is around 7,000. Okay, from there it went all the way to 12,430.5, and in the month of January we started hearing something about the COVID virus. Initially people did not understand what can happen, but those who were aware of the situation as to what might happen, they first sold here, because I said that there are people, various types of people, various types of investors who get the knowledge, who get the information firsthand. Okay, so there are types of investors which get first that information. They are kind of FII, foreign institutional investors. Then we have DII, domestic institutional investors, that is mutual funds and all types of other investors. Okay, big investors. Then you get to see HNIs, high net worth individuals, and then after this we as a people called as retail investors. Okay, so those who had the maximum possible information there, they sold first. After this, the mutual fund investors and some of those people who had enough stocks, they could not sell here. They kept on selling for at least a month or so. So the stock market came from 12,430 till this level. Okay. And those who knew technicals could sell at 11,700 or at this level, around 12,000 level. The reason is, as per the studies, as per the technicals, we knew that something wrong has already happened in the market, looking at the candlestick, the patterns, and the volumes. Okay. At the same time, if you see, the market here is almost in the sideways, and there is no clear direction which it has seen for almost an year or so. And in the last few months, it kept on moving with not a definitive reason. Okay, this can be clearly seen based on the price action and the volumes, and the day or the month when it started falling, the price action was serious. The reason is, whatever it had gained from February 2016 until January 2020, it lost almost all of it in just 3 months. Can you imagine? Around 3 to 4 years worth of efforts, what has taken Nifty from 7,000 to 12,000, it lost only in 3 months everything it has gained, right? So these are nothing but crash situations. Rest of all are kind of profit booking. So profit booking happens like this, and it is good for the market. But this crash is not good for the market. And fundamental people, we are not in a position to even understand what is going to happen and what might happen. I'm not saying all fundamentals. There are intelligent people who were able to come out of the market somewhere close to this price. But most of us got stuck because we had bought at this level. So how can we sell here? Because our ego will come into picture. If I have bought, if I have put some money in the market, obviously it has to go up and I will not sell in the loss. Okay, that's another reason why technical is important, because it gives you that confidence that you can go away from the ego and purely trust the technicals, and whatever theory it gives you, whatever science it teaches you, and take the right decision at right point in time, because there are rules. The entire study is governed by the rules. Okay, if you follow those rules without using any emotions, highly unlikely it will happen, I know, but at least you can keep your emotions away when you are taking the decisions. Then I think you can take the maximum possible profits and you can take the best possible decision in your investment or trading career. Okay, so let us see what happened next. Now market came from 12,430 till 7511 in just 3 months. Now everybody knew that something bad is going to happen for the entire world, country, city, self, my family, relatives, companies where I work. Something is not good for everything, everyone, right? Then why immediately the market started going up? Anybody knows the reason? Can anybody tell me why you think, if the negativity is just around the corner, then why the share market kept on moving up? Any guesses?
This oversold positions, or there is a remedies or started getting available in the market.
Immediately there was no remedy at all. I think the entire treatment of COVID actually happened on the trial and error basis. There wasn't any remedy at that point in time. I'm talking about this period until March. But if you see immediately April, from there the market started going up. And in next around 7 to 9 months, it actually covered the entire ground, what it had lost in 3 months. And after that, it went up and doubled in the number, right? The gain, if you see from here to here, it actually delivered 200%, those who got here, right? Any other guesses, please? Anybody thinks? You're what you are saying is partially correct, but possibly not a 100% answer. But yes, I will go with that
So
partially. I agree with you.
as government did declare it on March that the COVID is there,
Mhm.
everything was discounted in the market, and then the positivity did start from there. So market was discounting the positive news after that. That is my understanding.
Okay. Market did discount, it's correct, but nothing really was positive, because even though market was going up, there was lot of negativity which was being spread into the market. Okay. Now, if you see, let us understand the real situation. It is kind of a mixed of fundamental and the basics. Now let us see how we can make out the real thing out of it. Okay. Now the market was rising, falling, rising, again falling. All this is a normal science and normal behavior of the market. That's how the market behaves, right? Until this stage. This was March 2020. News came. Now, do you really think that FII will invest somewhere here or here or here? FII will always try to enter at right point in time, right? So this was one of the place. This was one of the place. Okay. This was one of the place. This was another place where these big people will enter. Okay. But if you see, their maximum money will be pumped here. The reason is they do not invest only in a stock, they invest in a basket that actually moves the market. Okay. So the typical thing what happens is the market starts moving up. Okay. Then it reaches to some stage where the profit booking comes in. That is the first leg when the market moves. Obviously, those who have bought here okay, those who have bought at the entry price, initial level, will try to book their profits when it reaches here. When it booked the profit, the market comes down. Now we come to know that okay, some stock has started its journey. It moved from 100 to 150 in just a small amount of time, let us say a couple of months or 3 months. Then we see and get the news in the various channels. Okay. Then what happens? It comes down and then here it starts finding some support. What is the support? Again, the buyers. Because this FII will have tendency to enter into the market, go up, sell some, and again wait for the dip where they can again initiate their buy position. That's this place. Along with them, there will be other set of people who can also invest with them. So that actually pushes the prices higher. In all this activity, it crosses the previous level from where it came down. So this was a resistance level. We call it as resistance. And the place where we get the buying, we call it as support. We will look into slightly more details later on. Okay, but for now, let us try and understand what happens and what is the typical life cycle of any stock. Now, after it crosses this level, right? This resistance level is crossed. Obviously, there is a fresh buying will come into picture, which will push the prices higher. And again, it will show some kind of a profit taking. Why profit taking will happen? Because here you get supply. So resistance can also be associated with supply, and the support can also be associated with demand. So in other words, the market also behaves basis two forces. One is demand, also buyers. Okay, or you can also call them as bulls. So all these forces drive the market higher. There is another set of forces which is supply, sellers, and then bears. Okay, all of them are kind of synonym which is alternatively used by various analysts. Okay, so once the resistance is taken out, which is here, market moves up, again profit taking happens, it comes down, again goes up, but while going up, it takes out this resistance now. Okay, then it goes up, again you can see some supply here, again this forms a resistance, it comes down, again it forms some support, this is again a support, this is again a support. Once it goes up here, exact news like COVID, like a product launch, or some news like capacity expenditure, or some good profit happening kind of news will flow here. Okay, and then obviously profit booking will come, right? This is how typically the cycle or the market movement takes place. Now if you see, if we start here, this is the starting point, it goes up, this is nothing but high, this is a low, this is another higher high. Let me show you in clear diagram. Okay, so this is the starting point, it goes up, high, low, again it goes up. Now this high is higher than this high. Do you agree? Yes or no? This high is higher than the previous high, right? So this high is called as higher high. It comes down. This is a low level again. Now this low is higher than the previous low. That's why it is called as higher low. Okay, again it goes up. This is higher high, and this is higher low. Okay, now again, there is a point where you have seen a news This is again kind of a higher high. But when the news comes, we said that possibly the market is coming down or it comes down. This becomes kind of a top. And from here, market starts moving down. It comes down, it tries to go up, but again, the sellers will push the prices lower and then it comes down further. Again, it goes up and comes down. In the entire game, what happens is it creates, this is also a higher low. Can you see this? This low is higher than this low. So that's why this is still a higher low. But what happened here? Here you have seen a top. Okay. But is it really a top? No. This is a lower high because this high is lower than this high. And that's why it is called as lower high. And after this, the market continued to fall down, okay, creating a series of lower low, lower high, likewise. Is this clear so far? Any questions anybody has?
So
Feel
this
free to
change
ask.
from higher top and higher lows, it
Mhm.
changing to lower highs and lower low.
Mhm.
How to means which point it turns? Means how to find out this?
Had to find out. I'm going to tell you that. And this is just a, example which I'm giving you. I'm going to go
Yeah.
into the chart as well to show you. It's
Okay.
very easy. Even a
Mm.
person with no previous background or no knowledge can actually find out how effectively they can find out. Let us go on the chart. Can you see this chart? Right?
Yeah.
Can you see where is the top? So previous, this was the top, right? Earlier top, that is COVID wala top, right? Now, if you do not understand this, we have learned in our education in, let us say, 5th or 6th standard how to plot a graph, right? So for
Yes.
plotting the graph, what we have done, we used the lines. Now can you see where is the top, current top of the market? Can you see this very clearly that the current top is here, 18,800, something
Mm.
odd, right?
Yeah.
Now, before that, what was the top? Here. Before that, what was the top? So all these are tops, right? And this was a COVID top, 12,430. Okay. This was the top, but the current number which you are seeing here, look at this number. Okay. This is the number which you can see here. It is a close and not the top. Fine. So now are you able to understand what is the top and how we can find the top? So all I have done is from candlestick chart, I have changed this to line chart. That's all. Nothing else I have done anything fancy. It is just a simple step. Move from candles to move to line chart. So this is how you can plot and find out what is the current behavior and what is the current state of the market. Now people might say that this is a top or current is the top. Let it be. But now can you already say that I have already seen something? Now are you little smarter than all those TV fundamental analysts? What they are saying, right? Now, can you say that? I think, let me say the right. Okay. Okay. So we change the theme. Bit painful. Okay. So excuse me, just a minute. Something has locked. Give me a minute.
आवाज येत नाहीये रे.
Am I not audible?
हा, आता येतोय.
Okay. Screen is frozen for me, looks like. Can you still see my screen?
स्क्रीन दिसतीये.
Okay,
दुसरी पण दिसतीये.
okay. Okay, give me a minute. Let me unshare this. Okay. So what I was trying to say is the tops we can find out by turning from candlestick to line. Okay. And that is the primary significance of a line chart. Okay. So here we can clearly see that market had made this top, and after that market is still not reached the same level again. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that is the market analyst will say that we are at attractive level. You can still buy, but don't fall prey to what they are saying, because they will present you different views. They will tell you 10 to 15% of the target from the current position for any stock, but they will not tell you that before giving that 15%, it might come down to this level as well. Okay. So don't fall prey to those kind of, views. All I want, or all we wanted you to understand, is how you can take the maximum from the technical analysis as a science. This is not a gambling. This is a pure science which you can actually use for taking maximum benefit for yourself. Okay. Now, how do we do that? So let us go to the presentation and we will see as to how to take the benefit. So we were at the basic patterns of the candlesticks. Now, this we have talked about the theory, right? We said that it's higher high, higher low, right? So we said that it starts here, it goes up, it comes down, again it goes up, again it comes down. So while going up, it breaks this level, which is nothing but previous resistance. When it goes from here up, it breaks this resistance. So this is the starting point, your start, high, low, higher high, higher low, again higher high, higher low, but this is what happens after the news? So it comes down, it gives you a lower high, right? Because this high is lower than this high. So this is a lower high. Again, it comes down. While coming down, whatever was this lower high, it used to create a support, right? We said a demand will come in picture typically at this stage. So from here it came up. From here it tried to go down. While going down, it broke this support, okay, by giving you this dip. And when it goes up, it gave you another lower high. So this was a high, this was a lower high, this was again lower high, this was a higher low, this was lower low, because this low is below this low. Yeah, I'm hoping you are getting this. Yeah. And after this, it is just a sideways, because these are typically markets in a no trading zone, and the people will keep on floating various information, news, their views may not be conducive for the markets to go up, and when there will be a one final leg which will actually break the supports. So this was a support, this was a support, this support will be broken by this leg, and after that this is a steep fall, like what happened into the COVID situation. And after this, market actually will start going up. But what happens is, here the retail participants will fall prey to the market sentiments and will try to sell at this level. And that is the precise reason why we think, or why we have experienced, that when we sell, the market starts going up. Okay, because we have sold at such a level where the market had created kind of a temporary bottom. Okay, and precisely that's the place where those people who had bought here and sold here will again buy at this level. And that is the reason why the buyers at this level sold at this level, they again bought at this level, because of two things. One is, that's a oversold situation, and in other words, where the fundamental analyst will say that the market has become cheaper, right? So I think sometime back Manish had said that it is a oversold, or possibly the cheap or the discounted values you will get. So that precisely happens, but you need to have guts to put your money into the market when the market is in fear, right? You're getting, Manish, now what I was saying? Okay. So I think there is some question asked by Dipesh. So we will take that question, Dipesh, in some time. Okay. Uh, so those who invested here sold at all high levels. Then we sold somewhere here. It came down. And at this stage, all those strong people started buying here, because they have already discounted all the negativity and what might happen because of this pandemic, because there is a history of pandemic life cycle, that it comes first, hits the ground, spreads. After a few days, people become immune to the situation, in due course, there will be some kind of remedies. There will be some kind of a mixed mode kind of a, a medicine that will come into the picture. People will get familiar to the treatment. There will be some lives which will be gone. People will lose life. That's perfectly fine, which is going to happen. Nobody can control that. But over a period of time, the markets are here to move up. They are not going to go in towards the south forever. So the market started discounting everything, which is what is going to happen in next 6 months to 1 year. And after the first medicine which came here, again it came down, because then people knew that it was kind of a business as usual. Okay, Sachin, you want to say something? If you want, you can say. You can unmute yourself. Sachin, are you there? Okay. So, let me unmute yourself. Okay, you can unmute yourself, Sachin, now and ask your question, please. Are you able to unmute yourself, Sachin?
केलंय पण आवाज नाही येते तुमचा सचिन.
Sachin, are you able to speak? Okay, I think let's move on, and you can raise your hand when you are ready to say. Okay, fair enough. So this was the resistance which was created during the COVID, which was a high, which was also a top. And if you see our Dow theory, it kept on giving you higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right from here. Okay, it came down and it started printing lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now this was kind of a candle, which we call it as inside candle, because it has neither printed lower low or higher high, nothing, right? So this is one of the possible significant candle that can be used to take a position in the market. Okay, but if you see again after this, from the month of April 2020, it started giving you higher high, higher lows, or at least equal lows. None of the candles right from here closed below previous low. Can you see this? None of the candles really closed below previous candle low. Low is this. Can you see this? Just look at these values: open, high, low, close. So if you see here, right, this candle is red, but it did not close below this low. Again, this was a red candle, but it did not close below this level, this candle low. So it kept on moving up, up and up. First time, this was a candle on monthly basis, which actually closed below this candle low. So what happened is actually this candle printed. Let me zoom a bit for you to explain the Dow theory and its magic. It's a simple science, simple theory, But if you understand this carefully, then you can trade without using any simple indicator in the market. Okay. So this high is lower than this high. This low is lower than this low. You can see this very clearly. And this closes here. If the red candle is there, then it opens high and closes lower. And this close is below this candle ka low. Right? And that is the first sign, that is all the way from April 2020 until November 2021, which means how many months? April till November. 1 month, 1 year and 7 months. It was continuously going up one way. Now, can you imagine there is a world which doesn't know the certainty about their own life? COVID cases were still rising, going up, 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 and the market was also going up and up because of the sheer information which is available within the domain of big boys, that is FII and DII. They kept on pumping money like anything from initial few months, right? Now, if you see another stock, I will show you. This is manufacturing centric stock, right? But if you see here, the stock was trading at around somewhere around 200 rupees. Okay. It fell down till 68 rupees or 63 rupees, I think 63 rupees 50 paisa in just 3 months. So it lost around 66% of its value in just 3 months. And after that, it started rising again from April, right? Now, tell me one thing. If Tata Motors is manufacturing based, where the core function is manufacturing of vehicles, and now you know that there is a uncertainty in the world, still there was a demand in these stocks. Why so? Any guesses? If the people are not alive or people are not going to be alive, then who is going to buy their vehicles? What is going to happen? So it is not just going to go up like anything, right? There has to be some rationale behind it. What is going to happen to fundamentals? Because if there is no sale of the vehicle, then what is going to happen? If there are no buyers because of the threat to their own life, मुझे पता ही नहीं है कि exactly मेरे life को क्या होने वाला है अगले 1 साल में, then will I be buying the vehicle? No, that everybody knows. Then why the stock is still climbing month by month? Here also, if you see, the stock is continuously going up without closing below its previous low, right? यहाँ तक July 21. First time it closed below previous candle ka low. Okay, so it opened here, it went up till this high level, it went down till this low and closed here. That's how it created lower high and lower low and close below previous candle low. Until then, it continued its upward journey right from 64 rupees, right? This was the low, 63 rupees. From 64 rupees until 320 rupees, 360 in fact, it went up, right? 357 to be precise. We were tracking this high level, right? And then it went sideways. Now again, what we will do is we will go into the line chart and we'll tell you how to find out the trend. Now, can you see here? It fell down sharply. Again, it lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. करते करते नीचे आया है यहाँ पे, right? Again, it went up, but did not create a new high. Again, it went up. This was a high, but it wasn't a real movement here. So if you see here, I can clearly see here, it is a sideways movement, right? If you see here, this was a sideways movement. And when this movement was broken, it fell sharply lower, right? So this was a sideways trend towards the upside. Okay, this was pre-COVID movement I'm talking about, right? And then it started moving up. So this is a low point, high, low, higher high, higher low. Again, this is higher high, higher low. This is higher high, but this was the equal low. So expected was, if Tata Motors has to go up, then obviously it should have printed higher high and higher low, but it did not. Why? Because it has to come down with profit booking. Again, this was kind of a sideways trend. And when this sideways trend was broken, market rapidly went up. In the previous batch, we talked about this movement where it came multiple times here, right? And found some support. Can you see here? Look at the candles. Continuously it is hitting this level, coming down, going up, again coming down, taking support at this level because it did not go below this level. इसके नीचे गया ही नहीं है वो, right? Why? Because it is acting as a strong support zone. It is not a single level. It is a zone of levels. That's why it is called as support zone. और अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे, if you see here clearly, it shows you some level or range of levels where it is taking resistance. It is trying to go up but failing to going up. It failed here, came down, again went up, came in this range, came down, right? So this is nothing but, we call it as resistance zone. So that zone is nothing but zone of a level, zone of prices whereby the prices will take resistance, take supply, क्योंकि यहाँ से ऊपर से supply आ रहा है ना यहाँ पे, right? You are getting supply here everywhere, right? So अगर supply आ रहा है तो obviously, okay, so यहाँ पे supply आया है ना, right? यहाँ पे supply आया है, यहाँ पे supply है, then here it is also slightly stuck in the supply zone at the moment. So these are supply area, this is resistance zone. वैसे ही अगर आप नीचे देखोगे तो नीचे आपको क्या दिख रहा है, यहाँ पे डिमांड दिख रहा है, राइट? द प्राइसेस आर कंटिन्यूअसली टेकिंग सपोर्ट हियर. यहाँ पे डिमांड आया है, यहाँ पे डिमांड है, यहाँ पे डिमांड है, यहाँ पे डिमांड है. सो दीज आर नथिंग बट डिमांड जोन. अच्छा, मुझे एक बात बताइए अभी आप, नाउ इफ द प्राइसेस आर गोइंग अप फ्रॉम हियर, who is taking the prices higher? Is it buyers or sellers? You can unmute yourself if you want to talk, please.
It will be bias.
Buyers, correct. So obviously, if the prices have to go up, then there has to be two things that needs to happen in the market, right? One is what? There has to be a strong demand in the market, right? So market में demand कौन लाएगा? Buyers लाएंगे. And secondly, just like that, the market will go up. There has to be some aggression as well, right? Who will be aggressive? Buyers or sellers? If the market has to go up, who needs to be aggressive? Is it buyers or sellers? किसका force strong रहेगा? Buyers का या sellers का? When the market goes up, who is stronger?
Buyers should be strong.
Buyer should be stronger. So who needs to be aggressive? Is it buyers or sellers?
Buyers.
Buyers. So absolutely you are correct. So what needs to happen is the buyers should be aggressive in terms of creating a demand, and then sellers will also be demanding the premium, because if the buyer is aggressive, then obviously he has appetite to buy at whatever level the market is trading, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So if that is the case, then what should happen? Even if the seller is asking for premium, the buyer is ready to buy with aggression and giving that premium to the seller. ठीक है? So यहाँ पे 300, 350, 400 रुपए पे था मार्केट, राइट? यहाँ पे 380 रुपए पे प्राइसेस है. Now we know that we are in sideways zone, but still buyer is buying and seller is asking for premium. यहाँ पे भी वही हो रहा है, right? Everywhere the buyers are buying and absorbing all the supply at all these levels, right? Currently, where are we? And what is happening here? Do we know? अगर ये यहाँ पे resistance zone था, supply zone था, where the market was actually seeing a supply sellers at this level, where are we at the moment? Are we in buying zone or we are near the selling zone?
Near
What
the
do you think?
selling zone.
So are you going to buy Tata Motors now, or when will you buy Tata Motors then, in that case, if not now?
Once the stock breaks out the resistance zone,
Why?
because that will bring in more demand.
Absolutely. So the resistance, as soon as the as soon as the as soon as the resistance is crossed, then obviously the buyers will confirm their power and they will overpower the suppliers or sellers, right? So as soon as the buyers overpower the sellers, then they establish their ground here. Okay. Typically what will happen is, do you know what will happen typically? In this case, the buyers will take the prices up, they will retrace a bit, and they will try to take support again at the same resistance which was previous resistance. This will become your support level, new support. And from there, if I'm saying if the buyers are stronger, then they will take the prices even higher. Right? Getting my point now? So what happens is, once the resistance level is broken, they will try to retrace the level, because there will be again some kind of a profit booking here because it has gone beyond the resistance zone. It will try to establish the support level, and वहां पे फिर से buyers will come into picture. अच्छा, buyers picture में आएंगे, that is perfectly fine, but if they have to break this resistance, Again we know that they needs to be stronger. उनका strength कहाँ दिखेगा आपको? How they can prove that they have strength? Can you see some indicator here on the chart? Did I add anything? But I said something sometime back, right?
It's about volume.
All about volume. That's perfectly correct. So what is going to happen is when this level is broken with higher than average volume, this blue line is nothing but average volumes. Okay. अगर प्राइसेस इस लाइन के ऊपर जाके ट्रेड करते हैं, नीचे आते हैं, यहाँ पे सपोर्ट लेता है और तब इसका वॉल्यूम इस टाइप से थोड़ा सा हायर रहेगा, बिगर देन द एवरेज, ग्रेटर देन द एवरेज. We typically say if the average is at least 1.5 times than the average line, then we consider that specific community, is sellers or buyers will have strength. They will prove their strength. Okay. So with this, we can say that they will break this resistance, establish themselves, and then they will have power to push the market higher. So which means the market is highly likely to move in this fashion if buyers are powerful. ऐसे जाएगा क्या वो मार्केट? ऊपर नहीं जाएगा. It will always move in a specific manner. So establish here demand, go up, profit booking, अगेन यहाँ पे डिमांड आएगा और ऐसे ही करते करते वो ऊपर जाएगा मार्केट में. Has everybody got this concept and how market moves and how to understand the demand and supply zones? Any questions? Anybody? So far so good. किसी को कुछ सवाल है तो पूछिए प्लीज. You can unmute yourself.
I'm good, Pankaj.
Okay. Any more questions? Anybody? Okay. So let's go down to our candlestick. Sorry, our presentation where we will talk about briefly about the trend as to how we have observed, right? So this is precisely nothing but Dow theory, what we spoke some time back. Okay, are you able to relate now what we talk about some time back? ठीक है. So this is nothing but Dow theory, जिसके नाम पे अभी डाउ जोन्स करके जो इंडेक्स है यूएस में, जिसके नाम पे ट्रेड करता है, he is the same person. Okay, his name is Charles Dow and he has developed this theory. Okay, let us move on. We saw some time back line charts. So the use of line chart is, line charts can be used to understand the overall trend. I think we have seen the overall trend. I'm hoping every one of you have understood the trend, how to identify the trends, right? See, there is no new high, no new low created. That's why this is a consolidation sideways. Okay. This is obviously uptrend because it is giving you higher high, higher lows everywhere. Higher high, higher low और equal low. ठीक है, इक्वल लो भी रहेगा तो भी हमको चलेगा. हायर हाई एंड इक्वल लो, लोअर लो नहीं होना चाहिए. जब तक ये चल रहा है till that time we can say it is giving you uptrend. So this is an uptrend until this point. And if you see very clearly on line chart, it has given you higher low, then lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Likewise the market fell down. नीचे आने के बाद में फिर से it came up, shown you some strength, again fell down, but now here what it has done is it has given you some kind of a equal level, right? So this is nothing but, what is this? Can you tell me? What was this?
It's a support.
It's a support. Perfectly correct. Fine. So here it went up, came down, confirmed that this is the right support, and from there it went from 300 rupees all the way till 575 rupees in terms of line chart. Yeah, you can see this level very well. Okay. And what was the duration? We'll see later on the chart as well. Okay. So this is nothing but line chart. Then it also holds important. It also gives you something called as pattern identification. It gives you how to identify the patterns, because using naked eyes sometimes you may not be able to find out the patterns on candlesticks, but on line chart definitely you can find out the patterns very well. Okay. So that's how the candle chart pattern, chart type, line charts will help you out. Okay, let's move on. So this is sideways consolidation, uptrend, downtrend. And if you see the candlestick chart, that is the same thing which you can very clearly see. Okay. Now, benefit of candlestick is you can actually understand the participant sentiments, demand supply zone, what we have just saw, and identify candlesticks and pricing pattern. Okay. Now, very quickly we will see candlestick ka layout. Green candle shows you bullish sentiment. Red candlestick shows you bearish sentiment. ये जो sticks दिख रहे हैं आपको, these are nothing but tails or wicks or shadow. Alternate words can be used by various analysts. Some use upper shadow, some use wick, some use tail. वैसे ही low. So lower shadow, lower wick or lower tail. Okay. Since this is a bullish sentiment, positive sentiment, so obviously if the market is showing positive movement, then obviously it will open lower and close higher. उसके exactly उल्टा, if the market is negative, then obviously negative हम लोग कब बोलेंगे? When the market opens higher and closes lower, right? Those who are new to the concepts, are they getting this? Arya, I think you said you are a beginner. So are you able to understand this? Okay, thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so this is a bullish candle, this is a bearish candle, and this is the explanation of what we just saw. This is called as candlestick layout. The arrow shows typically what is the price movement in that candle. Okay. Now, these are the typical and various types of candlesticks which can be seen on the charts. Okay. So, these are the strongest set of candles because यहाँ पे sellers बहुत कम है, sellers का influence नहीं है. The entire set of these three candles showing strong demand from the buyers, and that's the reason why the prices have been pushed higher. इसमें देखो छोटा टेल है, इसमें देखो टेल बड़ा है. The tail is big. Why? Because the sellers tried to push the prices lower until this level, and from there the buyers all the way pushed the prices higher thereby overpowering the sellers and then closed above the opening price. अभी यहाँ पे open कहाँ पे है? Very quickly I will tell you. This is the open. This is the close. A close is also equal to high, and this is nothing but low. Let me use a good color. Okay. So if you see this is a close. This is also equal to high. ठीक है, इसमें ये open है, and this is a low price. So यहाँ पे कौन strong है? Buyer or seller? Anybody wants to try? Buyers, correct? So here the buyers are strong, and the emotion which is shown by this set of candles is strongest emotion, because here you don't have the lower tail. Here what you have is called as open is equal to low, and close is equal to high, right? So this is nothing but the strongest candle on the chart. This is also stronger as compared to this. The reason is there were some sellers who could push the prices lower, but if you see the candlestick ka size as against this lower wick, this is still a bigger one. That's why this candle is stronger on the chart. Here obviously we have proven that the prices were pushed higher by the buyers right from this level where it created a low. ये हैमर जैसे दिखता है ना, हथौड़ी जैसे, and that's why it is called as hammer. ठीक है, so this is the strongest set of candles. Okay, this is the strongest set of candles. After this, I am considering this as strong candles and not strongest. Can anybody tell me why I am saying strong candles and not strongest? Anybody?
Because there are wicks on either side.
Correct. Because there is a fight which has happened on either side by the buyers and sellers. So यहाँ पे all these candles, sellers tried to push the prices lower. Okay, and from here buyers tried to push the prices higher. And who won the match? The buyers, because they were able to close the prices above opening and closed here. It had this close. Okay, and that's how we can actually identify the strength of buyers versus sellers in the market. Now tell me something about this. Very peculiar. What is happening here? Who is winning? Who are the winners here? Buyers, sellers?
Nobody. Still tussle is going on
How can you tell that?
because candle size is small. First
Hmm.
thing,
Okay.
and the what you call legs or what you call this lines.
Wicks, shadow or tail?
Tail. These things are much bigger. Actually, candle should be bigger to make a decisive movement.
Correct. You are absolutely correct. Okay. So what is happening is there is nobody who is actually winning, right? Small body, right? And big legs or bigger wicks. Okay. And this entire length from high till low is called as range of the candle. Okay, and if in that range, if the candle has moved or the prices have moved, then you can always say that there was a high volatility in the market, right? Did we have a volatility here? No, because there was a one-sided movement in the market, right? But in this case, what happened is it opened here, the buyers pushed the prices higher, then sellers pushed the prices lower here, then it came down and sorry, it opened here, it went up all the way with the help of buyer's force, right? Sellers pushed the prices here till this level and it closed until this level. Sellers are sitting always on the top, buyers are sitting at the bottom, right? So that's how the prices kept on moving. They kept on fluctuating from this high level until this low level continuously throughout the session. If this is a daily candle, if it is a weekly candle, then throughout the week. If it is a daily candle, if it is throughout the day, if it is a weekly candle, then throughout the week, it will keep on moving. The prices will fluctuate between these two based on the emotions in the market, sentiment in the investor's mind. Okay, that's why these are indecisive candles. And what are these candles? Are they bullish or bearish? They are looking green. What are these candles? Bullish or bearish?
It is a bearish.
Why?
It is not able to sustain their top value, high value. Somebody is pulling down more than going up.
Correct. So who are stronger?
Sellers.
Sellers, right?
But only
And
thing, there is no lower leg. So if there is
correct.
lower leg, then yeah.
Yeah. So there is a hint that if at the end of an uptrend, if you see candles like this, then obviously the next possible movement can be towards the low. Does it make sense now to our comment? Yeah. Did you get this? What I meant? What I meant is market moves up like this, and towards the end of an uptrend, if you see candle like this, okay, if this is a hammer, then what is this? This is called as what? Inverted hammer. हथौड़ी को उल्टा कर दिया ना हमने. ये हथौड़ी ऐसा पकड़ते हैं हम लोग नॉर्मल कंडीशन में. इसको अगर उल्टा करते हैं तो दिस इज इन्वर्टेड हैमर. एंड इफ यू सी इन्वर्टेड हैमर एट द टॉप, आप खड़े हो, आपके सर पे अगर हथौड़ी गिरता है तो क्या होगा? यू विल गेट हर्ट, राइट? ऑब्वियसली आप नीचे बैठोगे ना. सो आफ्टर दिस द टिपिकल एक्सपेक्टेशन इज द मार्केट विल कम डाउन. ठीक है? So that's how the market behaves, and that's why we have categorized these candles like this. So strong bullish day, neutral or indecisive day, and green candle, bearish hint. But when it is at the top, hammer अगर है तो वो कब काम में आएगा आपके? If it is at the bottom of the downtrend, अगर आपको hammer दिखता है तो then it will start going up. Now if you see something like this और उसके बाद में ये कैंडल दिखते हैं तो what will you do? Will you buy or sell? क्या करोगे?
We'll be cautious.
Will be cautious. Why?
Because these are indecisive candles.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So what
And
will you do?
not sure yet.
So what should you do in this
Take
condition?
rest.
Take a rest and wait for what? When the
Not
new
for the
trend,
trend.
when that trend will emerge? When either of the next upcoming candle breaks this high, then the uptrend will emerge. Okay. And if the next upcoming candles break this low, then it will continue its downtrend. Did you understand now? Yeah. So if you see candles like this, you are correct. If you see candle like this, you need to pause your emotions, be alert, watchful, and wait for the next upcoming candle to appear, which should either break high or low for the further trend to emerge. Okay. Okay. So this was the candle which is there. We call it as spinning top. All of these are spinning top. An inverted hammer at the top. Okay. Similarly, exactly जो मैंने बोला for bulls, this is for bears. So this is a strong bearish candles. Then these are the strongest sentiment on the chart. These are the strong sentiment. ये जो है again this is indecisive and this is nothing but bullish sentiment if they appear at the bottom of the downtrend. यानी ये ऐसे आता है and if you see these candles, then you can see an uptrend going forward. If you see like this or like this, अगर ऐसा ट्रेंड आता है एंड इफ यू सी कैंडल लाइक दिस, अगर उसका हाई ब्रेक होता है तो इट विल कंटिन्यू इट्स अप ट्रेंड. इस ट्रेंड से आते हो आप डाउन ट्रेंड से, इफ यू सी कैंडल लाइक दिस और इसका लो ब्रेक होता है, देन ऑब्वियसली अ डाउन ट्रेंड विल कंटिन्यू.
I have one question here.
Mm-hmm.
When you see the candle,
Mm-hmm.
shall we give importance to 1 minute candle or 5 minutes or 3 minutes? So what is your say about it for a day intraday?
Intraday 1 minute, definitely you should not look at one minute candle because you will see a lot of whipsaws.
Yeah.
Right.
So which one is ideal? 3 minute, 5 minute, or what is
It,
your suggestion?
it depends upon what kind of trader you are. If you are a scalper, then 1 minute. If you are a short term or intraday trader, let us say you don't want to trade beyond a couple of hours, then 5 minutes looks appropriate because it still has embedded those emotions for 5 minutes. So 5 minute candle is reliable. But if you want to go beyond a day, then typically you can rely on 15-minute candle. Okay.
Okay. Okay. And one more request. These are very good graphs and very good understanding. But when you put a presentation, put the like you put for the bullish one for these things, undecided, all these things, and what are technical names for candles? If you can put it, it will be really useful. More
They are
useful.
there. They are there.
Okay.
Actually.
And and you give me Pune address also. I stay in Kothurud. I may like to meet you in one-to-one.
Okay, fair enough. I will share all the details. No worries. Yeah. Okay. So, may I know who is talking? I could not see the name. Who was it?
I'm Manish. Manish.
Okay, fair enough, Manish. Yeah. So we'll get back to you. Yeah. So, all these candles, if you see these candles towards the end of an uptrend, then obviously this indicating the negativity, the market is expected to come down from here. Yeah. You can also see various kind of patterns associated with all these negative candles, and then the market trend will get decided based on how the next few candles emerge. Fine. So exactly जिसका हमने bullish पैटर्न में देखा था यहाँ पे exactly उल्टा इधर है. So these are strong bearish day, neutral or indecisive days, and red candle bullish hint. ठीक है. And if you go from left to right, negativity goes down, right? And these are nothing but typically used names of these candles.
This is what I
Okay.
was looking for. Yeah, names.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. If you look at the presentation clearly, and it will be again recorded, you will also get the recorded session. Okay. So you will get all the names, no problem. And if you watch our video on our channel, I have explained all these candles one by one. Every single candle I have explained there. So that's
Thanks, man. I'll visit definitely. I'm looking for this simple. There are many videos, but simple explanation is more required.
Yeah. So if you see that there is a 1.5 hour video which explains all those candles and the sentiment and how it actually behaves. Yeah. And these are nothing but dojis. Now, if you see dojis, why they are called as dojis? The size of the candles will be very small. That is the body. What we see here, open and close, this is called as body. And this is nothing but the legs or tails. So this is typically called as long-legged doji. Okay. This is what is called, what this is called as? Anybody knows? Any idea? Okay. We'll talk about that later on. Yeah. But this is something looking as a grave, right? That's why it is called as gravestone doji.
Oh.
Right. So Christian लोगों का जो ये रहता है ना burial तो वहां पे ये जो दिखता है ना, so this is called as grave and उसके ऊपर उनका नाम लिखा होता है, right? So this is called as gravestone doji. And if you look at this, what is this called as?
Name is not known. I understood,
Okay.
but I don't know the technical name.
Yeah. So these are powerful candlesticks. If you get this towards the end of the downtrend, nothing better you can get this. To look at these candles, if you see towards the end of the downtrend, you can expect definitely uptrend.
So this is a trend, really, all this.
Trend reversal candles.
Yeah.
Okay. Similarly, this one, if you look at these candles like towards the end of an uptrend, you can very well expect a downtrend, or at least for next few periods, the high of this candle will not go away. Okay. And that's how significant these candles will be, especially when you want to write options or sell options. Okay. So option trading के लिए बहुत काम में आता है ये. ठीक है, these candles. Okay. And just to give you the name of this doji is dragonfly doji. Okay. So this was all about the candles. Now let's do one thing. I think we should take a small break of 10 minutes. You're okay with this? So far, how was the session? Did anybody find it useful, meaningful?
Yes,
Did it?
Yes,
Pankaj,
Pankaj.
Manish here.
Mm-hmm.
I was long time looking. Once I'm in the market for say I'm from 95 in
Mm-hmm.
small terms, and
Mm-hmm.
as recently I'm looking for intraday or option trading.
Okay.
I can understand logically, but these names and all these things are required. And like what you compiled, it is a really great job. I
Mm-hmm.
really enjoyed and getting a lot of. I understand basics of candles, but the way
Okay.
you are teaching it is really useful. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for acknowledging that. So let's do one thing. I think we'll take 10 minutes of break. We will meet at 3:15 again. Yeah. So have a break, have a cup of tea, and we will meet at 3:15 from now. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So so far uh, we have seen that we are able to identify the trend. Trend is uptrend, downtrend, or sideways trend. Okay. Then we also saw what is support and resistance. And then we also saw the candlesticks. Now market functions and goes up and down like this, that we have seen already. This is our low, this is low, this is low. Okay, this is high, higher high, higher high. और ये हमारा पहले था रेजिस्टेंस था. दिस वाज रेजिस्टेंस, दिस वाज अ रेजिस्टेंस, एंड दिस वाज अ रेजिस्टेंस. जब ये रेजिस्टेंस ब्रेक होगा तब ऊपर जाएगा, यहाँ पे आके फिर से सप्लाई लेगा. ओके, सप्लाई आके यहाँ पे सेटल होता है. अगेन इट सीज डिमांड हियर, right? And then here again it sees support or demand. Now what will happen is, if I connect these two dots or these 2 points and just extend ahead, then I get a line. This is a trend line. But since it is connecting the supporting points or supports, we call it as support trend line. Okay. Similarly, if we connect the tops or highs and then just extend like this, so this will be called as what? Resistance trend line. Now tell me one thing, if the market is approaching this level, and now we know that this is a resistance trend line, so will you buy or do what? Or will you be alert, or will you try to sell? What will you do?
We will be alert basically. It can come down, and if it breaks the resistance, then it will be like a bullish pattern.
Okay, so it will be kind of a bullish trend continuation. So by drawing these trend lines, are you now clear as to where to remain alert, right? And if the prices starts falling down from here and it comes here again, what will you do? You will
Buy
buy
at,
or sell?
buy at the retracement.
Buy at the retracement always?
We'll wait for the positive signal. I mean the uptrend signal at
Correct.
retrace point.
Correct. So you need to see some kind of a demand coming in here, right? And the demand can be shown by which color of candle?
Green.
Green. So obviously you should see some green candle here. Then only you should think of buying the stock. Getting now very clearly? So just by looking at this and coming here and taking a rest does not mean that you should blindly buy, because it might just do a time pass here and it might break here. So all you need is let it reverse, come to support trend line, show us some reversal in terms of green candle or some pattern which is bullish, and from there it should again go up. Is this clear enough,
So you
everyone?
mean to say that when you are near resistance line or support line, we have to be very carefully watching candles.
Absolutely.
In
Absolutely.
between, you can little bit, but
Now
at
what are
the
you going
on
to
the
trade? What
yeah.
are you going to trade? Because you are in the middle, you don't know whether, see, that's what I have shown here, right? It has gone up, came down, gone up, came down. It might happen any number of times between these two lines, right? This line is not straight. This line is also like this. This line is also like this. So where are you going to buy? You don't know unless you do your Dow theory by heart. And if you are very, very comfortable about support resistances and highs and lows. If you know about this is your stop loss, this is your entry, and you don't know the target. So the target can be this one, this level. But if it breaks this level, which is support, then obviously you need to exit because this is your stop loss. Are you clear about this now? Did you get this?
Yes, Pankaj.
Hmm? So that's how I think you need to think when you trade. So that's the reason why I'm saying that this is a science. ये 1 महीने के अंदर भी आप कर सकते हो, 1 दिन में कर सकते हो, 4 घंटे में, 2 घंटे में भी आप ये सेम टाइप से ट्रेड कर सकते हो. बट फंडामेंटल्स यू हैव लिमिटेशन, बिकॉज जब तक 3 महीना होता नहीं है तब तक उसका रिजल्ट आउट नहीं आता है. तब तक आप क्या करोगे? एक दिन उठक बैठक हो जाएगा, दूसरे दिन कोई तो रिजाइन करेगा, तीसरे दिन कोई तो ज्वाइन करेगा, चौथे दिन प्रॉफिट कम होगा, एक दिन प्रॉफिट ज्यादा होगा, ऐसा कोई तो न्यूज आएगा. सो न्यूज विल कीप ऑन फ्लोइंग. All nothing can be hidden is news can be hidden by promoters, right? But if the market is going like this and if you see the candles like this, then obviously you know what you have, right? And then look at these candles and volumes and take the decision based on what study we are doing here right now. Anyway, this is just 10% of study what we are going to share today because of the time limitation. But you can very well imagine as to what we are going through is just a 10% of the total iceberg, you can say, not more than 10%, even less than that. Okay, if you are really interested and keen about understanding further and in detail, then you can let us know. We will approach you and we can talk about the course later on. Okay, now this is what the resistance trend line, this is a support trend line. So every time it approaches the support, do not just jump onto the trade, but wait for the reversal. How to spot the reversal, we will see. And it is actually covered in the detailed course, to be honest. But what I shown you some time back is the candles, which were green candles. If you see some of those green candles on these support lines, all these arrows, then obviously you can think of taking a buy trade. Okay. And when you see and hit the resistance trend line, you should be watchful, careful, and if there is something negative happens here, then just exit the trade. So what happens is, the people who are in the market for years and know the highs and lows or the range of the market, then they do what? Buy here, sell here. Again, they wait for this level. They buy here and sell here. So this is a trend line. Similarly, you also have horizontal lines. Okay, वहां भी कैसे होगा? सेम, बाय, ऊपर जाएगा तो यहाँ पे सेल करो, फिर से नीचे आएगा, यहाँ तक वेट करो, फिर से बाय करो, सेल करो. तो यहाँ पे जब आता है तो यू नीड टू बी अलर्ट, एंड इफ यू आर हैप्पी विद दिस रेंज, लेट अस से ये रेंज है 200 से 250 रुपीज का, यू आर गुड, राइट? यू बाय एट 200 रुपीज, यू सेल एट 250 रुपीज, 25% तो मिलता है ना गेन्स. 25% मिलेगा, लेकिन कितने दिनों में मिलेगा दैट वी डोंट नो. ठीक है, बट दिस इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज रेंज ट्रेडिंग. और रेंज ट्रेडिंग कैन ऑल्सो बी यूजफुल when you trade options. ठीक है, ऑप्शंस में, इसमें you can't do buying. Big no, but here you can sell options. That is the passive income. We cover very detailed options in our advanced course. Okay, I'm not marketing here, but I'm just telling you that possibly not everything we can cover in this small session of 4-5 hours. Because when the market comes at this level, you can sell options here or do a covered call. Okay, covered strategies you can employ, and possibly you can do a passive income kind of a money or premium eating strategies, we call it as. It is also called as credit strategy, because you get the money by selling the options. Okay, so knowing the trend, understanding the candlesticks, then trend line, resistance trend line, support trend line we have seen. Okay, let us see this, the same thing on the chart, what we have just spoken, whether it really works well or not. So look at this. Okay, so support resistances definitions जो मैंने आपको बोला है वही यहाँ पे है. Look at this we have seen, right? Look at this. Right, तो जैसे भी सपोर्ट ब्रेक होता है तो that becomes a resistance, as you can see very well here, right? वैसे ही look at the examples. ये हमने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले देखा है, the same thing which I explained you. This is our, by the way, course material entirely. Nothing is hidden, nothing is tailored for you. Entirely the same thing which I am showing. ठीक है, तो look at the resistance trend line. resistance level जैसे भी आता है, अप्रोच होता है, वहां से मार्केट नीचे आता है. Look at this. When the trend line or the resistance trend line is broken, how the market has moved. ठीक है, look at this. ये हमने अभी देखा थोड़ी देर पहले, वैसे ही डिसेंडिंग चैनल रहेगा और वैसे ही ये रेंज रहेगा, हॉरिजॉन्टल चैनल वी कॉल इट एज। ये देखो, it works equally well in all type of market. So currency, then commodity, then stocks, bitcoins, सब कुछ. We don't encourage, by the way, bitcoins or any virtual currencies. A big no-no from us. Okay, look at this. It's very simple and easy to find out. And look at this range when it breaks. Okay. So this was all about the resistance, support, trend line, channels is what we have seen so far. Any questions, anybody? Slightly we need to move little faster because I need to cover the strategies as well. And we have promised that we will give you the strategy, so I need to cover the strategy as well. Yeah, all okay so far? Any questions on the channels?
No, Pankaj, we are good.
Okay, thank you. So let's go on to the next thing, moving averages. Now, moving averages are nothing but kind of a supporting line which is seen on the chart, which gives you the average of the closing prices. Okay, they act as a guide wire for you. What does it mean? Let us look at the chart directly, because I am going to keep it very practical oriented thing here. So let's look at this now. So I will go to indicator. Let me use the same. Okay, so I will use this moving average ribbon. I am on trading view, by the way. Those who are not aware, those who are aware, it will be kind of revision for them. What I do is I will just use two indicators. I'm talking to you now on the strategy which I wanted to give you. So 9 and 20. This works equally well on all time frames. No need to worry about it. Mind you that this EMA or any kind of moving averages are kind of a laggard indicators. Laggard indicators is what? Price moves and after some time it shows the direction of the same price trend. They lag the trend. There aren't any leading indicators. Whomsoever calls it as leading indicator, it's not a right thing to call, because in market there are no leading indicators. Nothing can tell you that something is going to happen in the future. We can just predict and wait for the price action to confirm. So all you need to believe in is a price action. So I'm using white color for 9 and let us say blue color for 20 moving average. So all you need to do is either add two moving averages one after the other. Okay, one is 9, another one is 20. For others, I have what I have done is I have hidden those moving averages, and both of them are exponential moving averages. Exponential moving averages are the moving averages which actually gives more weightage to the recent candles or recent price action, and that's why they work little better, okay, as against the simple moving average. Why they are called as moving averages? Because as price moves, the number of candles which are taken into consideration will also keep on rolling. Okay. For instance, if I go, let us say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 days का moving average यहाँ पे दिखेगा आपको, last 9 days. If I go to 10th candle, then I will have to lose or skip this candle. Then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And that's why it is called as moving average. That average is there, but it is moving. That's why it is called as moving average. Okay. So what we have done, we have taken the moving average and exponential because we wanted to give weightage to the recent price action. So I will hide this drawing, all those areas. And if you look at this, let us back test. If the setup has to work, then it has to work in all the scenarios. Look at this. As I said, it is laggard indicator, so वो आपको इंडिकेशन देगा लेकिन थोड़ा सा लेट देगा, बट दैट डज नॉट मीन कि वो गलत कर रहा है कुछ. दैट इज हाउ इट हैज बीन डिजाइंड, right? But it also gives you confirmation. Look at this. Now this is a monthly chart. I will go to weekly chart. Can you see this now? What is the setup? 9 moving average, which is a white line, crosses 20 moving average, that is blue line, from below. I repeat, the setup is you have to use 2 moving averages. One moving average is white, which is 9 moving average, 9 period, and the second one is 20 period exponential moving average. ठीक है. जब short moving average, short term moving average will cross the relatively longer term moving average, that is 20, from below, then it is called as crossover, which is positive crossover. Okay. Now what you need to do is look at the candle which is a positive crossover वाला जो candle है उसको highlight करके रखो. ठीक है. So what I will have to do, highlight this candle, और जैसे ही you get a next candle crossing this high, you need to jump onto the trade and keep your stop loss as this candle का लो. जिस कैंडल पे क्रॉस ओवर हुआ है उस कैंडल का लो विल बी योर स्टॉप लॉस, और उसी कैंडल का हाई जैसे ही निकलता है, ब्रेक होता है ऑन अपर साइड, यू नीड टू एंटर इनटू अ ट्रेड. ठीक है. एंड नाउ जस्ट लुक एट हाउ द प्राइसेस हैव फंक्शनड और behaved. So the crossover has happened on this candle. Let me hide these price labels. I don't want to see the labels. ठीक है. तो क्रॉसओवर वाला लाइन कौन सा है हमारा? ये वाला है. कैन यू सी दिस? द राइट मोस्ट कैंडल विच इज विजिबल हियर. एंड देन जस्ट लुक एट दिस. जब तक ये ब्लू लाइन ब्रेक नहीं होता है और निगेटिव कैंडल नहीं आता है, टिल देन यू आर इन द ट्रेड. ठीक है. आई एम करंटली यूजिंग दिस वीकली बिकॉज इट इज फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म ट्रेडर्स. इफ यू आर अ शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडर, लेट अस से 1 महीना 1.5 महीने के लिए या तो फिर 10-15 दिन के लिए काम करना है आपको, then you can use daily time frame, but for weekly let us see how it works. So एक एक कैंडल देखो और just tell me how it works. स्टॉप लॉस हिट नहीं हुआ है अभी तक. हाँ, just look at this. The blue line is your lifeline. राइट. कहाँ एंट्री है आपका? 119 119 and in how many days it has already doubled your money. So this is your crossover candle है ना ये वाला. So from here until here पैसा तो यहीं पे डबल हो गया आपका, but let us see. So 23 weeks is approximately 6 months. 6 months में पैसा डबल. What did you do? You invested on the crossover. You kept your patience well in your mind and then just saw this guide wire which is a blue line. इसके नीचे अगर क्लोज होता है then all you need to do is exit. इसके आगे पीछे flip flop होगा, fluctuate होगा, because that is how the function of the market is, right? Flip flop होगा, fluctuate होगा, but till the time the prices are above this blue line, let me quickly make it little bold, or I will change the color of this to yellow and I will make it little thicker so that you understand well. Okay, look at this. Can you see this? It has not crossed below the yellow line. Okay. Now the moment the prices goes higher and if you are comfortable with the profits, then what you can do is you can change the stop loss method from this moving average to this moving average. Okay. There are other ways, there are different ways how you can manage your stop losses. Okay. So if you are comfortable with the profits, then all you need to do is move your stop loss from this line to this line, because यहाँ पे already पैसा आपका 3 times हो चुका है, right? Almost 3 times, यानी 200% profit हो चुका है आपका. So 200% profit in, let us say here 30 bars, so 30 weeks. So 7 to 8 months में आपका पैसा almost 200% grow हो चुका है. So it's a good amount. So don't need to have lot of greed. If it is giving you that money, then you can think of moving this stop loss from this line to this line. क्योंकि अगर अभी इसके नीचे अगर आता है तो 290 है और this is 260. Because if this line breaks, already यहाँ पे bearishness दिख रहा है आपको. And if you do not get out of your greed, then you may lose around 10% from the top, 10 to 20% from the top, which is definitely not advisable, right? I'm hoping you are agreeing to what I'm trying to say here. Yeah. So if you see that condition, then look at this. गाइड वायर देखो कहाँ तक जाता है, कैसे फ्लक्चुएट करता है और कहाँ तक जाता है वो. See, it is still going in the same level. सेम लेवल पे जाके वहां पे यहाँ तक गया, पूरा नीचे आ गया, यहाँ पे सपोर्ट लिया लेकिन फिर से ऊपर गया, लेकिन वहीं पे गया था, right? Look at this. And then if you do not control your greed, this is what is likely to happen. कहाँ तक गया था वो? 267 तक. And then this is another breakout. You can always enter on all the breakouts. ठीक है. Look at this. कहाँ तक गया था? This is the high, which is 530. And now it is again coming to the same level. Now I am hoping that possibly how to control the emotions is what you need to understand, and look at the time frame after which it has again reached to the same level. ये कब था? October 21, and again after a very long time, say 83 bars, 83 weeks, that means almost 1.5 साल के आसपास, right? It has approached the same level by Tata Motors. So now look at the candle type. What kind of candle is it? Let me hide this. कैसा candle है ये? Is it not a doji? That's the same doji candle, right? And now look at this. This is a resistance level what we have marked in the previous session last week. लास्ट वीक संडे को जो क्लास हुआ था उसमें हमने यही स्टडी किया था टाटा मोटर्स. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम अगेन टेकिंग यू टू द सेम एग्जांपल. तो यहाँ पे क्रॉस ओवर हुआ है. द प्राइस वाज 438 एंड नाउ इट इज 538. कितने वीक में? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 वीक्स, ऑलमोस्ट 20% रिटर्न्स. ठीक है. लोग 5% के लिए 1 साल वेट करते हैं. एंड व्हाट वी आर डूइंग अराउंड 7% इन just 7 weeks. Sorry, 15% in 7 weeks. I think this is a reasonable or reasonably good money. I'm hoping you will agree and appreciate what technical analysis can do for you. Yeah. So this is how you can take the benefit of this setup. This setup is called as moving average crossover setup or moving average का setup है ये. We are using only 2 moving averages, unlike others who use multiple. The reason is we don't want any confusion. Very simple. Use 2 moving averages. Short term moving average crosses relatively longer term moving average. Okay, और short and long crossover होता है तो buy करो. इसके हाई के ऊपर buy कर लो. यहाँ पे gap है. You don't have any other option than to buy in this candle. Okay, and then wait for the candle to close. Now if you see, we are still in the uptrend. कहाँ नेगेटिविटी दिखा है आपको कहीं पे? नहीं. But we are approaching the resistance zone. Look at this. है resistance zone. This is what we have proven some time back, right? ये अपना डिमांड जोन है, ये आपका सप्लाई जोन है. तो जब तक ये लेवल, मैंने ये लेवल भी लास्ट वीक ही निकाल के रखा था. सी एग्जैक्टली एट द सेम लेवल वो वहां पे आके रुका हुआ है. Isn't it so beautiful? सेम जगह पे आके रुकता है, वहीं पे रेजिस्टेंस लेता है, वहीं पे आपको दोजी दिखाता है. नाउ द नेक्स्ट ट्रेंड विल बी स्ट्रॉन्ग ओनली इफ दिस लेवल इज टेकन आउट. टिल देन this is going to be your resistance level. Is it clear to everyone now? Is this setup okay everyone? समझ में आ गया setup? Okay, thank you. So that's how I think this moving average setup works. ठीक है. Now there is a second setup we wanted to give you is a MACD and Supertrend. It is again for the investment purpose only. ठीक है. But now if you want to really understand little bit about intraday setup, then what I would advise you is that video is already, that entire setup is well explained in detail in that video, which is available on our channel, freely accessible. You can go ahead and access that video. That's freely available. Okay, so feel free to use that. But if you want, I can just briefly explain you that setup. So for that, what we will do is we will have to take another chart. Again, see, this is the trend line, support trend line, resistance trend line, and now it has broken this trend line, Ramco Cement, and this is a buy. Now, can you see this crossover? 702 रुपए पे क्रॉसओवर आ गया था, अभी 830 843 चल रहा है. Can you appreciate the setup now? एंड इफ यू आर ऑलरेडी एट द 1000 रुपीज लेवल, और अगर आपको ये निगेटिव क्रॉसओवर मिलता है, ठीक है, so you need to exit to save the losses or save the profit. Whatever profits you have already made, you can save by looking at the negative crossover. Negative crossover आता है तो इसमें से exit करो इस कैंडल के नीचे. 939 rupees 95 paisa is your should be your exit point on weekly basis, but if you are on daily basis तो यहाँ पे आपको यहीं पे कहीं तो आपको exit मिल जाएगा 982 के आसपास, 50 रुपया ऊपर. और ठीक है, now this has already given you the breakout. What needs to happen now? It should give you kind of a retest. You can observe this. I'm not asking you to jump onto the trade, but आगे जाके ये शायद से रिट्रेस करेगा, थोड़ा टाइम पास करेगा, and then it might go up like this, and it will try to attain the same resistance level again जहाँ से वो ब्रेक हुआ था. हाँ, someone wants to say something.
Yeah, can you take RVNL chart?
RVNL, can we wait for some time, possibly towards the end?
Yeah.
In the example question answer session we will do that, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me cover, because I want to cover
Yeah. Okay.
strategy.
Got
Because
it.
yeah, okay, so it might happen and it might function in this way, and it might approach the previous resistance from where the stock had fallen down. Okay, so that level can be this level. So this level it can approach. Okay, so be watchful of Ramco Cement. I'm not asking anything to buy, but your, if at all this moves the way I have explained, the target can be this length, this height will be your target from here. So it will be somewhere closer to this level. And if you will appreciate that, this is again congestion zone, right? Previous congestion zone. So don't wait for this to break this level. Just look at this. Volumes are high. This candle has broken very strongly. It might just pause, take a pause here, and somewhere it will show you something similar to कंसोलिडेशन जोन में जाने के बाद में ये इस टाइप से थोड़ा सा साइडवेज जाएगा. And now I think you don't need to take the example. You can very well study what we have learned already. देखते फिर भी towards the end. So this is how I think I'm expecting this to behave. Okay. So if you come closer to this level, try booking for the profits. Okay, that is a good profit. Stop loss will be this one. If you get a reversal here after it comes here again, this will be your entry point. Let us say 800 rupees. This will be, I think, 780 or 760 rupees, and then your target will be 1000 rupees. So something similar can be one of the setup. If you look at this, the risk reward, let us look at the risk reward very quickly. Why we stress on risk reward is, unless and until we see a better risk reward, we don't actually take the position. We do not teach or encourage anybody to take the position. So here is your stop loss, and here this will be your target. Risk to reward is around 7.5. That means one part of risk, 1 rupee risk, you are expecting 7 rupees of profits. Even if you get something closer to 1:2, 1:3, 1:4, not 1:2, 1:3, 1:4, it should be a good risk reward ratio. Okay, sounds good. So this also can become one of the investment idea for you. I'm not initiating any tip. This is for education purpose only. Yeah, just I'm alerting you. It should not happen that आपने बोला था हमने ले लिया and then we are ending in losses. But I have also given you the stop loss. Stop loss क्या है? इस candle का low is your stop loss. The stop loss will be 758. So 755 will be your stop loss on weekly closing basis. लेकिन आपको एंट्री कहाँ लेना है, समवेयर क्लोजर टू 800 790 रुपीज के आसपास, वो भी बुलिश कैंडल आता है तो। इफ इट डजंट गिव यू बुलिश कैंडल एंड स्टॉप द trade, then all you need to do is exit from the trade. Do not jump and wait for the hope. Basis on your hope, you should not wait for the trade to materialize. Okay, if you wait for the trade in the hope that it will reverse, then you will become a fundamental investor. ठीक है, लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर हो जाओगे आप 3 महीने 4 महीने के बजाय।
One question,
हाँ
Pankaj.
हाँ
So, say for the 1 week's time, you said that if the stop loss is low of that candle, okay, and the next candle, if it has wicks, I mean, if it closes above the stop loss, but the wick goes below, how do we
wick
do
will
it?
always go below because it will try to retest.
Mhm.
इस टाइप का वीक है ना, इस टाइप का वीक आएगा, इस टाइप का,
Yeah.
राइट, आ सकता है। सो दैट्स द रीजन व्हाई आई एम सेइंग वीकली क्लोज। इसका मतलब इस स्टॉप लॉस के ऊपर अगर वो क्लोज होता है, क्लोजर शुड बी अबव दिस लो। लो क्या है इसका, 758। अगर वो नीचे जाता है 740 तक इंट्रा वीक, लेकिन वीक के अंत में टुवर्ड्स द फ्राइडे if it closes above 758, then you are still in the trade, क्योंकि लो के नीचे क्लोज नहीं हुआ है। वही तो सिखाया ना हमने, है ना। टाउ थ्योरी में क्या सिखाया हमने, हायर हाई हायर लो क्लोज अबव प्रीवियस कैंडल हाई। और बेरिश कब होगा, लोअर हाई लोअर लो एंड क्लोज बिलो प्रीवियस कैंडल का लो। वो जब तक नहीं होता है तब तक आप ट्रेड में हो। विक्स को जाने दो नीचे, दैट इज वोलेटिलिटी, दैट इज काइंड ऑफ अ फंक्शन ऑफ द मार्केट। वो होने ही वाला है, यू कैन नॉट अवॉइड दैट। ऑल यू कैन कंट्रोल इज योर इमोशंस एंड द स्टॉप लॉस इज योर वेपन। स्टॉप लॉस इज देयर टू सपोर्ट यू फ्रॉम मेकिंग फर्दर लॉसेस। उसका नाम ही स्टॉप लॉस है ना, तो स्टॉप लॉसेस। ठीक है, क्लियर हो गया।
So I'm just saying that
हाँ
if it goes below the low of the candle, say in the initial of the week, okay, and we'll have to see it going down and still wait for the close of that week candle, right?
Okay, so it depends upon your comfort. Okay,
Yeah.
now if you are really worried कि मेरा स्टॉप लॉस तो हिट हो गया इंट्रा वीक, वीक के अंदर ही मेरा स्टॉप लॉस हिट हो गया। इफ इट इज अ बिगर स्टॉप लॉस, बिगर अमाउंट, यानी एकदम से क्रैश होता है, यानी ऐसा कैंडल आता है, तो एग्जिट कर लो ना, सीधी बात है। आई डोंट वांट यू टू सिट ऑन टू द लॉसेस। इफ यू आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद दैट वोलेटिलिटी इन द मार्केट, देन यू कैन एग्जिट दैट ट्रेड। ठीक है,
Okay.
बट मंडे को नीचे आता है, ट्यूसडे को ऊपर जाना शुरू करता है। व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज दिस फ्रीक्वेंसी इज वीकली।
Yes.
अगर वीकली बेसिस पे अगर वो फिर से ऊपर आता है तो क्या होगा फिर, यू आर स्टिल इन द ट्रेड, राइट, but you have prematurely exited the trade because of your fear about the market function or behavior, isn't it? And
Yeah.
that's why you need to learn this science carefully because the volumes are supportive. ये ट्रेंड ब्रेक हो चुका है, हॉरिजॉन्टल एज वेल एज वर्टिकल ट्रेंड लाइन ब्रेक हो चुका है। कैन यू सी दिस, राइट, ये हॉरिजॉन्टल ट्रेंड लाइन भी है ना, राइट। यहाँ पे एक रेजिस्टेंस जोन था, यू अग्री विद दिस, ये रेजिस्टेंस था, यहाँ से नीचे मार गया मार्केट, ये रेजिस्टेंस था, यहाँ से मार्केट नीचे आ गया, वही लेवल को मैंने एक्सटेंड किया है एंड नाउ इट हैज ब्रोकन दिस रेजिस्टेंस विथ ह्यूज वॉल्यूम्स। इजंट इट अ पॉजिटिव सेंटिमेंट,
It is.
राइट, करेक्ट। सो ऑन दैट बेसिस आई एम इनिशिएटिंग अ थॉट इन माय माइंड कि अगर ये ट्रेड सक्सेसफुल होना है तो इट हैज टू मूव अप, उसको ऊपर जाना है तो आई नीड टू हैव सम काइंड ऑफ अ रिस्क रिवॉर्ड मैकेनिज्म इन माय माइंड, राइट। सो व्हाट दैट रिस्क रिवॉर्ड इज, इसको मैंने स्टॉप लॉस किया इस कैंडल के लो को, बिकॉज दिस कैंडल इज ह्यूज, राइट। I want to consider this candle, this Amitabh Bachchan candle, Lambu candle as my weapon. फॉर द ट्रेड, इसका लो विल बी माई स्टॉप लॉस, इसके नीचे आने तक मैं ट्रेंड लाइन है ना यहाँ पे, वो ट्रेंड लाइन तक आने तक वेट करूंगा मैं इस रेंज में, ये हॉरिजॉन्टल ट्रेंड लाइन और ये स्लैंटिंग ट्रेंड लाइन, इनके दो के बीच में अगर प्राइसेस आते हैं और मुझे रिवर्सल मिलता है लाइक दिस ग्रीन कैंडल विथ एवरेज वॉल्यूम के ऊपर, then I can initiate my trade. Stop loss will be this low and waiting for this target 936 and then this 1011. Is this thought clear to you now?
Yes, Pankaj.
ठीक है, okay, thank you for acknowledging that. ठीक है, so this was moving average का setup. Now what we will do is I will remove the moving average from here. I am hoping rest of all you have got this setup. Anybody who has not understood this setup? Arya, Amit, Aniket, Anjali, Dipesh, Manish, Sachin, some of the names I can call it out. Are you clear about the setup? Comfortable?
Yes, Pankaj, comfortable.
ठीक है, चलेगा. So I am closing this, and now what I will do is I will clear everything, or let it be. Let all those drawings be here. And now what we will do is we will add two indicators. One is MACD, which is default, no changes, and secondly Supertrend. This Supertrend I typically don't use because I more follow on the price action. This is for those who are possibly not close to the technical analysis, but they are more kind of a visual people, कि मुझे देख के ज्यादा समझ में आता है. If those are people, then this setup is for them. ठीक है. So what I will do is I will move this up and reduce this size. So let me clear. I think it's too much drawing. So let me clear. Okay. Now neat and clean. So super trend. This will work only when the market is trending. Sideways market में super trend काम नहीं करेगा. As the name suggests, it is a super trend. So it will always work better in trending market. ठीक है. Now इसमें आपको कुछ चेंजेस करने हैं. ATR length 10 ही रखनी है, but factor you need to reduce to 2 so that you catch the move little early. Can you see the change now? ये बहुत जो अलग अलग दे रहा था एंट्री, आपको एक डेफिनेटिव टाइप से एंट्री दे रहा है अभी. And now obviously the entry should be taken either a day on day basis or hourly basis. So for now, since I am encouraging people to invest, I will stick to 1 day or daily time frame. ठीक है. Let us reset the chart. Now इसकी एक beauty है, this will actually allow you to withstand with the fluctuations. मैं ये निकाल देता हूँ. Just look at this. इसमें डायरेक्शन चेंज कैसे होगा? If you are looking at the super trend, if the prices starts trading above this green line, or in other words, if the market changes the trend, the line starts printing below that candlestick, because that is precisely a support to the candle. Now let us see. I will quickly put this into the replay mode so that you understand कि वो कैसे चलता है. Just look at and observe कि कैसे चल रहा है करके. Okay, now I will play. I will increase the speed to 1 and you can look at this कि वो super trend कैसे नीचे आता है and how the prices starts moving up. ठीक है. इतना डिटेल में आपको कोई दिखाएगा नहीं है, ऑनेस्टली बोलता हूँ। ठीक है, अभी भी वो रेड ही है। नाउ फर्स्ट थिंग, it has gone greenish at this candle because it has broken this resistance. And then just see how beautifully this works as a guide wire and allow you to remain in the trend. Are you able to observe this carefully? कि सुपर ट्रेंड कैसे नीचे आता है? And once you are clear about this, I will tell you about the MACD briefly. Okay, this has now become red. So आपका अभी भी क्या हो रहा है? ये साइडवेज दिख रहा है ना क्लियरली, लेकिन आपको एंट्री तो दे दिया इसने इस कैंडल पे। नेक्स्ट कैंडल पे आपका एंट्री है। सो समवेयर अराउंड 714-15 के आसपास आपको एंट्री मिलेगा। जहां पे आपका कैंडल ओपन हुआ ना, तो समवेयर क्लोजर टू दिस इट विल ट्राई टू रिट्रेस द नेक्स्ट डे, और इन नेक्स्ट फ्यू डेज इट विल ट्राई टू रिट्रेस द ऑलमोस्ट 50% ऑफ द कैंडल। रिट्रेस करने को आता ही है, आज नहीं आएगा तो कुछ दिनों के बाद आएगा, जैसे यहाँ पे हुआ है, बट इट विल कम डाउन फॉर श्योर। यहाँ पे नहीं आया, देखो यहाँ पे एंट्री मिला। सो यहाँ पे जिसने बाय किया वो ऊपर जाके फिर से यहीं पे आके वहीं से अटका हुआ है। एंट्री तो हुआ है लेकिन, बट यू आर स्टिल इन द ट्रेड। ठीक है, नाउ लेट अस सी व्हाट हैपेंस नेक्स्ट। इसमें और एक चीज है दैट यू नीड टू नाउ अंडरस्टैंड इज MACD क्रॉसओवर। ठीक है, लेट मी जूम दिस एंड शो यू। ठीक है, क्रॉसओवर कहाँ पे हुआ था? लेट मी जस्ट पुट अ लाइन हियर। ठीक है, नाउ आई विल जूम दिस, सॉरी। कैन यू सी दिस? ये वर्टिकल लाइन है, क्रॉसओवर इसके पहले थोड़ा सा हुआ है, एंड उसके बाद में क्या हुआ? ये हिस्टोग्राम देखो, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज हिस्टोग्राम। ठीक है, दिस इज अ क्रॉसओवर। ये सिग्नल लाइन है रेड वाला, और ये MACD लाइन है। सिग्नल लाइन को MACD ने क्रॉसओवर दे दिया यहाँ पे। सो दिस हैज गिवन यू एन एंट्री। कब एंट्री दिया है? ये हिस्टोग्राम को फेड हुआ है, देखो यहाँ पे डार्क रेड से पिंक हुआ है, और उसके बाद में इसका हाइट जो है एकदम छोटा हो गया है, and that is precisely your crossover point. Look at this, look at the details. And then ये क्रॉसओवर होके ये ब्लू लाइन जो है रेड लाइन को क्रॉस करना शुरू कर दिया है, एंड नाउ दिस इज व्हाट द फर्स्ट ग्रीन लाइन, सॉरी ग्रीन बार हैज कम, एंड लेट अस सी कहाँ पे क्रॉसओवर हुआ है। ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे क्रॉसओवर हुआ है, और यहाँ पे सुपर ट्रेंड ने बाय सिग्नल दिया है, लेकिन उसका एक्चुअल बाय जो है ना ये MACD पे ही है। सो व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज, यहाँ पे आपका एंट्री हुआ है इसके हाई पे। ठीक है, सो 693 और 694 वहां पे आपका एंट्री आएगा। सुपर ट्रेंड हैज कंफर्म्ड, एंड देन यू आर स्टिल इन ट्रेड। आर यू इन प्रॉफिट? यस, छोटा प्रॉफिट में है, लेकिन यू आर स्टिल इन द ट्रेड। सुपर ट्रेंड का ब्यूटी ये है कि इट ऑल्सो एक्ट्स एज अ सपोर्ट। ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे मोमेंट्रीली ये कैंडल नीचे आया है, लेकिन इस कैंडल के नीचे आया है क्या? देखो एक बार फिर से, कैन यू लुक एट दिस? डिड इट क्लोज बिलो लो ऑफ दिस कैंडल? इसका लो कितना है? 721.85। क्लोज देखो, राइट, देयर इज नो कैंडल क्लोज्ड बिलो प्रीवियस कैंडल का लो, सो यू आर स्टिल बुलिश। but since it has gone sideways, as I said, super trend will not work well in the sideways trend. That's why there is a flip flop kind of thing. Okay, but let us see how it moves forward. Okay, so are you still in the trade as per Dow theory and the super trend, right? Correct, you are still in the trade. यहाँ पे पहली बार हुआ था 693, कहाँ पे आ गया था अपना, यहाँ पे आया था, राइट? सो यहाँ पे आपका ट्रेड इनिशिएट हुआ है बेसिस एमएसीडी का क्रॉसओवर 695, ऐसा समझ लेते हैं 700 रुपए पे हमको एंट्री मिला है एंड वी हैवंट हिट द स्टॉप लॉस येट. ये फ्लिप फ्लॉप होगा क्योंकि ये हॉरिजॉन्टल है. स्टॉप लॉस यहाँ पे दिखेगा लेकिन ये क्लोज नहीं हुआ है. यहाँ पे डाउ थ्योरी यूज करना है आपको. इसके नीचे अगर क्लोज नहीं होता है देन यू आर स्टिल इन द ट्रेड. ठीक है, लुक एट दिस 850 रुपीज तक है. 700 से 850 तक हम लोग आए हैं. कितने दिनों में? लेट मी टेल यू द ड्यूरेशन एज वेल. सो दिस इज अ डेट रेंज टूल, initiated this 67 बार्स, अप्रोक्सीमेटली 3.25 महीना. 3.25 महीना में 700 रुपए से 850 पे आसपास रैमको सीमेंट आया हुआ है. ठीक है, गुड मनी यू थिंक एवरीवन?
Yes, Pankaj.
Right, so that's how this setup works. And since we are talking about the investment, I'm not going to cover the bearish setup for this because we are investors. So we all we need to do is go for the long trade. ठीक है, सो इसके फ्लिप फ्लॉप होगा ये, बट जस्ट फॉलो द सुपर ट्रेंड. सुपर ट्रेंड का ट्रेंड जहां पे ब्रेक होता है ना, तब वहां पे आपको डाउ थ्योरी यूज करना है. सिंपल है, बहुत सिंपल है. कोई भी करंट कैंडल प्रीवियस कैंडल के लो के नीचे क्लोज नहीं होना चाहिए जब भी आपका डायरेक्शन यहाँ पे बदलता है तब. बट इफ यू हैव अ स्मॉलेस्ट डाउट, इफ यू आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल, देन जब भी आपको ये ट्रेंड चेंज होता है ना फर्स्ट टाइम, तब आप एग्जिट कर सकते हो. मेरे हिसाब से setup will be like enter on the MACD crossover confirmed by super trend, remain in the trend till it is not giving you any kind of a strong bearish signal. अगर साइडवेज आता है थोड़ा सा, अगर कोई बड़ा कैंडल यहाँ पे दिखता है जिसकी वजह से ये कैंडल का कलर चेंज हो गया सुपर ट्रेंड का, देन सी कि उसका लो के नीचे कैंडल नहीं ब्रेक हो रहा है. अगर इसके नीचे अगर कैंडल ब्रेक होता है, क्लोज होता है, ऑब्वियसली एग्जिट, टेक अ स्टॉप लॉस, एज सिंपल एज दैट. अदरवाइज रिमेन इन द ट्रेंड, क्योंकि ये ट्रेंड फुल बदलने के चांसेस ज्यादा है यहाँ. क्योंकि यहाँ पे देखो ये रेड कलर है, मैग्नीट्यूड इंक्रीज हुआ है हिस्टोग्राम का, लेकिन इमीडिएटली इसका पिंक कलर में चेंज हो गया है और यहाँ पे फिर से क्रॉस ओवर आया है एंड उसके बाद में मार्केट हैज गॉन अप कंटिन्यूअसली. ठीक है, सो दिस इज योर सेकंड सेटअप व्हाट वी हैव टू ऑफर यू. ठीक है, नाउ let us come to the interesting part. What that interesting part is? Intraday setup चाहिए था ना किसी को, so let us look at the intraday setup. So I will close this now. I will keep I will remove super trend. ठीक है, I will keep MACD as is and then I will add is VWAP. ठीक है, value weighted average price. There is an indicator on all the trading terminals called VWAP or ATP, average ट्रेडिंग प्राइस, वो भी आता है. ठीक है, सो VWAP. And obviously, since we are talking about intraday trading, then our time frame should be either 5 minutes or 15 minutes. इसमें से कुछ अननेसेसरी लाइंस जो है मुझे वो नहीं चाहिए, बैंड नहीं चाहिए, VWAP का सिंगल लाइन चाहिए मुझे, ठीक है. And I will change it to white so that it appears better on the black background. So 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you want, you can use. And by the way, this setup will work on what? All time frames for intraday. पोजिशनल के लिए नहीं चलेगा ये, पोजिशनल में VWAP नहीं आता है ठीक से. This works well for all time frames up to maximum 30 minutes. Recommended time frame is 5 minutes and 15 minutes. ठीक है. So let us see how it works. इसके लिए हम लोग पहले निफ्टी पे जाएंगे या तो बैंक निफ्टी पे जाएंगे, बिकॉज हर स्टॉक पे ये नहीं चलेगा बिकॉज ऑफ द नेचर ऑफ द स्टॉक. द स्टॉक हैज टू बी लिक्विड इनफ so that nobody can control the stock movement. ठीक है.
बैंक
निफ्टी जाएंगे ना, we will see nifty first and then we will go to bank nifty and then you can decide yourself as to which one works well for you. ठीक है. So both the scenarios we will look here. Look at this. This is value weighted average price. So ये एवरेज रहेगा प्राइसेस का, वैल्यू वेटेड है, so बेटर कंट्रोल्ड है, बेस्ट मैनेज्ड है. और इसके नीचे अगर आता है तो आपको क्या करना है, सेल इनिशिएट करना है. इफ यू आर डूइंग अ शॉर्ट ट्रेड फ्यूचर्स में, अगेन आई एम नॉट encouraging you to go towards futures and options, but again it will work well if you are option seller. क्यों? क्योंकि ऑप्शन सेलिंग में टाइम इज इन योर फेवर. अगर टाइम डिके होता है तो आपका पैसा फास्ट बनता है. बाय सेलिंग ऑप्शंस यू मेक गुड मनी विद इन इंट्राडे इटसेल्फ. ठीक है. सो इफ यू सी हियर, देयर इज अ बेरिश कैंडल which has eaten half of this candle, and then after some time there is a crossover. It has also started printing the candles below this ATP और VWAP. वहां पे आपको ATP भी दिखेगा. आपका अगर ट्रेडिंग टर्मिनल रहेगा कहीं पे, आप वहां पे ATP या तो VWAP दो में से कोई भी ऐड कर सकते हो. ट्रेडिंग टर्मिनल पे ATP दिखेगा, यहाँ पे हमने VWAP ऐड किया हुआ है. ठीक है. यहाँ पे ATP नहीं दिखेगा बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट अ ट्रेडिंग टर्मिनल. This is a feed which we are getting from the vendor or trading view. So setup क्या है, जैसे ही पहला कैंडल VWAP के नीचे ट्रेड करता है, उसका हाई और लो मार्क करके रखो. तो इसका हाई मार्क करके रखा मैंने, तो इसका लो मार्क किया. नेक्स्ट कैंडल अगर इसके नीचे ट्रेड करना शुरू करता है, देन यू नीड टू एंटर द शॉर्ट ट्रेड. ठीक है. देन यू कम डाउन. अभी ये इंट्राडे के लिए है तो आपको 50 पॉइंट यहाँ पे मिलते हैं. देखो 266 से 18266. अगर फ्यूचर में आप ट्रेड करते हो तो 266 से ऑल द वे यहाँ तक ये लेवल है, राइट. 220, 210, 219 जो भी है, 220 के आसपास, 266 टू 220, 40 पॉइंट निकलता है आपका. 40 पॉइंट ऑन फ्यूचर ऑफ निफ्टी इज 40 पॉइंट्स इंटू 50 शेयर्स का लॉट रहता है। सो 2000 रुपीज कितने टाइम में आ गया आपका? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 और 8, 40 मिनट्स में 2000 रुपीज आ गया। ठीक है, दिस इज आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट कंफर्टेबली वन लॉट ओनली, नॉट मोर देन दैट। जब आपका डायरेक्शन घूमता है तो ऑब्वियसली आपको क्लोज करना है ये ट्रेड। कौन सा ट्रेड क्लोज करना है? अगर जिस कैंडल से आपको डायरेक्शन रिवर्स होते हुए दिख रहा है, विच मीन्स ये कैंडल, कौन सा? ग्रीन कैंडल, राइट? बड़ा सा ये कैंडल आ गया, इसमें ट्रेड आपका बदल गया क्या? नहीं, क्योंकि फॉलोअप नहीं आया। फॉलोअप यानी क्या? इस कैंडल का सेम कलर आपको दिखना चाहिए नेक्स्ट कैंडल में, और साइज भी बड़ा होना चाहिए, तब जाके आप बोलोगे कि दिस इज अ फॉलोअप कैंडल। तब तक फॉलोअप नहीं आया हुआ है। अभी देखो आप, हाउ ब्यूटीफुली यू कैन क्विकली चेक। यहाँ पे इसके नीचे ट्रेड इनिशिएट हुआ है, ये ग्रीन कैंडल आ गया, रिटेस्ट किया, फिर से नीचे आ गया, ऊपर आ गया, फिर से नीचे, फिर से ऊपर, फिर से नीचे। लेकिन यहाँ पे क्या हुआ बोलो मुझे? वी हैव लर्न सम कैंडल स्टिक सम टाइम बैक, राइट? क्या दिख रहा है यहाँ पे आपको? बोलिए, कुछ जाना पहचाना दिख रहा है कैंडल यहाँ पे?
Indecisive and doji candles.
कैन आई से अ स्मॉल हैमर? इनडिसिजिव तो ये हुआ, राइट? ये वाला, isn't it? Close to negligible body and long legged doji kind of thing. This is your neutral candle. लेकिन यहाँ पे क्या दिख रहा है? काइंड ऑफ हैमर दिख रहा है। तो जैसे मैं बोलता हूँ कि इफ यू सी द हैमर टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ द डाउन ट्रेंड, व्हाट कैन हैपन? द स्टॉक माइट गो अप। गया है ऊपर, फिर से यहाँ पे न्यूट्रल कैंडल आ गया, नीचे आ गया, लेकिन इसका लो नहीं गया। दिस इज योर सपोर्ट। नाउ डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड द सपोर्ट? हाउ टू मार्क द सपोर्ट एंड हाउ टू इंटरप्रेट द सपोर्ट नाउ एवरीवन?
Yes.
हाँ, इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड सपोर्ट? मुश्किल करते हैं लोग बताने के लिए, बट इट इज इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड। इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड द कैंडल्स वेल, then you can find out how you can mark the support effectively. ठीक है? सो यहाँ पे सपोर्ट मार्क कर दिया, ऊपर गया, नीचे आ गया, लेकिन ये स्टॉप लॉस फिर भी हिट नहीं हुआ है। दिस इज योर स्टॉप लॉस, सपोर्ट इज योर स्टॉप लॉस नाउ इफ यू आर ट्रेडिंग फॉर इंट्राडे। ठीक है? ऊपर जाता है, फिर से इसको वीवैप को ब्रेक किया है ऊपर। कैन यू बाय नाउ? शुड यू बाय? टेल मी, yes or no?
We should wait for the confirmation.
And what is that confirmation?
Another bullish candle that breaks high of
Absolutely, absolutely, bang on. ठीक है? सो जब तक ये इसका हाई नहीं निकलता है तब तक आपको इसमें ट्रेड लेना नहीं है। प्रिसाइजली एग्जैक्टली उसके उल्टा हुआ है, द डाउन ट्रेंड हैज कंटिन्यूड। ठीक है? नाउ अगेन देखो, यहाँ पे इन्वर्टेड हैमर है, ये हैमर था, इसके उल्टा इन्वर्टेड हैमर है ये, राइट? और इसके ऊपर गया नहीं है प्राइस कोई भी, लेकिन यहाँ से मार्केट कैसे नीचे आया है देखो, राइट? सो आपका रिस्क रिवॉर्ड क्या है? यू हैव अ वेरी स्मॉल रिस्क एंड वेरी ह्यूज रिवॉर्ड। सॉरी, इसमें इसके नीचे आपका एंट्री है, ये जो कैंडल है ना, ये, लेट मी मार्क द स्टॉप लॉस। स्टॉप लॉस विल बी योर हैमर कैंडल एंड रिवॉर्ड विल बी एटलीस्ट 1:2। ठीक है? एटलीस्ट 1:2 आई एम सेइंग। So look at this very easily, just in next 2 to 3 candles your reward is materialized. Can you see this? Right? कितना पॉइंट आ गया? 18,240 से लेके 18,200, फिर से 40 पॉइंट। 10 मिनट में। सो पहले 6 या 7 कैंडल्स में आया था आपका 40 पॉइंट, एंड नाउ व्हाइल फॉलिंग ओनली 3 कैंडल्स में आपका 40 पॉइंट आ गया। सो एक ही दिन में आपने ट्रेड कर सके 2 डायरेक्शन में, एक बुलिश और एक बेरिश। सो इफेक्टिवली व्हाट यू कैन अर्न 2000 प्लस 2000 4000 रुपीज, और अभी भी दिन खत्म नहीं हुआ है, राइट? ठीक है ना? So that's how I think the strategy works. This is for intraday, purely intraday strategy. And just to alert you, don't carry any trade beyond current day. I am giving you again alert. Since this is only for intraday, आज के दिन के बाद आपका ट्रेड कंटिन्यू नहीं करना है। 3:15 के पहले या तो फिर when you are happy with your profits, exit, do not take a next trade. 2000 भी मिलता है, it's a good money. 15-20 मिनट में, आधे घंटे में आपको 2000 रुपया मिलता है, nothing like it. Don't be greedy. If you are here to make overnight money, then stay away. This is not for you. But if you are disciplined, if you want to make regular and steady money, then yes, share market is a good place for you. But if you say कि मैं ऑप्शन में खेलूंगा, मुझे 10 रुपए का ऑप्शन 200 रुपए करना है, like those who show you big screenshots, then don't fall prey to those screenshot and those strategies. आप अलग अलग ग्रुप में जाओगे, वहां पे आएगा भी, अलग अलग टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स बताएंगे आपको, बट डोंट फॉल प्रे टू दैट। जो भी करना है डिसिप्लिन, छोटे छोटे प्रॉफिट्स रेगुलर बेसिस पे अर्न करते रहो, एंड आई एम श्योर कि एट द एंड ऑफ मंथ you will be green and you will make good money in a very disciplined manner. जहां पे आपका ग्रीड मन में आया, it will push you out of the market, it will throw you out of the market. It's very easy to understand. ये लिख लो मेरे से आपको चाहिए तो, ठीक है? Did you understand this now? Is this setup clear, everyone?
Yes, Pankaj.
Any doubts in this setup? Now we will go to bank nifty as per demand. So bank nifty, इसमें तो बहुत ज्यादा वॉलेटिलिटी रहेगा, और इट विल वर्क इवन बेटर इन दिस। लुक एट दिस, एक निगेटिव और एक पॉजिटिव लेंगे हम लोग, दोनों आपके आंखों के सामने ही है, देखो 19 तारीख का ही है। कैन यू सी दिस? डू आई नीड टू एक्सप्लेन यू, और यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? लुक एट दिस, द क्रॉस ओवर यहाँ पे आया है बिलो जीरो लाइन, यानी ऑलरेडी वीक मार्केट है उस दिन, ठीक है? वीवैप के नीचे कैंडल क्लोज हुआ है, इसका हाई इज योर स्टॉप लॉस, इसके नीचे एंट्री लेना है, एंड 1:2 का टारगेट रखना है। नाउ कैन यू सी दिस मीटिंग ऑलरेडी, राइट? एंड देन योर टारगेट इज 1:2। यहाँ पे कितना आया है? 1:3 टारगेट आया है इंट्राडे, विच इज टू ह्यूज, ठीक है? बहुत बड़ा टारगेट है वो 1:3, यानी लोग 0.5% के लिए ट्रेड करते हैं यहाँ पे इंट्राडे, पता है? 0.5%। Obviously it is in futures, so I also need to tell you that as well, ठीक है? So futures में अगर वो 0.5% यानी 500 रुपए का शेयर रहेगा तो 2.5 रुपए के लिए ट्रेड करते हैं, और अगर उसका लॉट साइज 1000 का रहेगा तो ऑब्वियसली आपका 2.5 रुपया इंटू 1000 इज 2500 रुपीज। बट हियर व्हाट वी हैव डन इज look at these levels and how much we have earned. 43,867 and it has come down all the way till 43,576, right? So approximately 300 पॉइंट, राइट? एक 300 पॉइंट के आसपास मिले ना आपको। बैंक निफ्टी का एक फ्यूचर इज 25 क्वांटिटी, 25 quantity into 300 points. I am saying don't wait for 300 points, wait for only 100 points. Still it will be kind of 2500 rupees. और अगर आप properly wait करते हो price action के लिए, what we have learned on price action, can anybody tell me? I want to know from you now कि price action हमने सीखा है. If you understand in this short span of time, then you can do wonders if you join the course. Look at this neutral candle. Can you see this neutral candle? Right? ये हैमर नहीं है, ये न्यूट्रल कैंडल है, राइट? ये न्यूट्रल कैंडल जैसे ही आपको आएगा, दिखेगा, आप एग्जिट कर लो। इसका क्लोज कितने बजे आया है? 10:05। ठीक है, सो आपका ट्रेड इनिशिएट कब हुआ? यहाँ पे 9:35 और 10:05 पे आपका ट्रेड खत्म हो गया, हाफ एन आवर। लेकिन कितना पॉइंट मिला आपको? अराउंड 300 पॉइंट्स। 300 पॉइंट इज 7,500 rupees in future terms. Again, I am repeating, alerting you. This is just an example to show you the beauty of this trade setup. ठीक है? Don't get lured by the big money or big amount which I am calling it as. But it is equally possible if you trade with discipline, maintain and manage your risk reward correctly. ठीक है? So this is your bank nifty on short side. ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्रॉस ओवर भी दिया है, देखो। As I said, this is a laggard indicator. It has given you the crossover, but little late. So 43,800 43,800 पे आपको एग्जिट एंट्री दिया है शॉर्ट साइड का, और आपको यहाँ तक आने को उसने अलाउ किया है 43,500 560। ठीक है, तो लगभग कितना 250 पॉइंट्स के आसपास आपको मिले इसमें। एक कैंडल डिले आपने किया तो 250 मिलेगा। अगर आप प्राइस एक्शन के बेसिस पे करते हो तो आपको 300 पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे, तो 50 पॉइंट कम मिलेंगे, 1250 रुपया कम मिलेगा 7,500 में से। दैट्स स्टिल फाइन, गुड मनी। ठीक है, नाउ दिस वाज द शॉर्ट साइड ट्रेड। नाउ ऐसा एज्यूम करो कि ये फ्लैट दिख रहा है आपको, सो देयर इज नो ट्रेड। नाउ यू विल वेट फॉर एक्चुअली डिसाइसिवली broken breakout trade, not broken, breakout trade. Look at this, can you see this crossover? VWAP के ऊपर प्राइसेस ट्रेड करना शुरू कर दिया है। एंड नाउ जस्ट लुक एट ऑल द कैंडल्स। कैन यू प्योरली यूज डाउ थ्योरी? कैन यू यूज डाउ थ्योरी इजीली? ओके, आई डोंट वांट टू सी इंडिकेटर, आई वांट इंडिकेटर ओनली फॉर एंट्री। एक्चुअल एंट्री उसका यहीं पे है 650 पे, बट एज्यूम दैट यू वांट टू गो अहेड विद द बिग फोर्सेस, यहाँ पे ले लो। एंड देन वेट फॉर योर टारगेट एज 1:2। ये 1:2 यहीं पे आ गया है, मैं तो बहुत आगे चला गया। ठीक है, 1:2 यहाँ पे आता है। चलो रैंडमली ऐसे, ये 1:2 का ट्रेड है आपका। यहाँ पे भी आपको कितना एंट्री कहाँ पे आपका 700 से लेके 800, 100 पॉइंट, अगेन 2,500 रुपया। बट इफ यू लुक एट द डाउ थ्योरी, you are here in the trade till this point. 4.9 times. 1 is to 4.9. Risk is 100 rupees. Reward is 490 rupees. That's the calculation I'm talking about. ठीक है, यहाँ पे MACD का क्रॉसओवर भी हुआ है. MACD line has crossed the signal line, that is blue line has crossed the orange line or red line, whatever it is. ठीक है. So today I have given you 3 setups in such a small time. Okay, one is moving average. With disciplined way you can trade that using moving average setup. Second, जिनको प्राइस एक्शन ठीक से नहीं समझ में आता है उनके लिए विजुअल इफेक्ट अगर चाहिए होगा तो सुपर ट्रेंड एंड MACD. And the third one is for all those people who were longing for the intraday trading. This is effective, least possible indicators on the chart, yet powerful, and it will work for next few years at least. Same setup. Because till the time there is a human emotion, this setup is going to work absolutely well and absolutely fine. Is this clear? Any doubts, anybody?
Yes, Pankaj, it is clear.
It's clear now? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay. So I think, let me see if I have anything to cover. Else, I think I will say that possibly we have covered today's agenda. Yeah. So starter kit, introduction, candlestick pattern, support resistances, MA, and support resistances and moving average setups. So we have possibly come to the end of what we had to cover. Now I will open the floor for question and answer. Let me just give me some time. So what I will do is